Hey y'all, I'm Jess and welcome to Roots and Refuge Farm. Today I'm going to cover a topic that I get asked about all the time because a large amount of the content on this channel is me sharing my large garden where I grow lots of different rare heirloom varieties. And the question is, where do you get your seeds, or where is the best place to get heirloom seeds? I actually made a video covering this topic back before the spring of this year, and in that I shared some of my favorite seed companies, and I also shared about a company that was new to me this year, and I just very positively reviewed the ordering process, their website, their packaging. However, after growing their seeds, I didn't really feel comfortable with that video being out where it might lead people to purchase from them, because I had really negative experiences with the seeds being very poor germination, or growing something that was contrary to what it was labeled. And actually I had a lot of feedback on that video that other people had similar negative experiences with that company. I actually did not email the company and ask them to make it right, so I don't want to bash them by any means, because I don't feel like I gave them the opportunity to rectify the situation. I had just decided I wasn't going to order from them anymore. But I also didn't really like the fact that when you typed into YouTube where to buy heirloom seeds, the first thing that popped up was my video, and I just didn't like the idea of possibly sending a viewer to a company to spend their hard-earned money on something that they might not be pleased with. So I decided to reshoot this video with some updated information and my top picks for where you can go to buy your heirloom garden seeds. So before we get into the bulk of this topic, I would like to clarify on the front end that this is not sponsored content. I've not received any sort of compensation for this, or have been asked by any means to create this video by any of the companies I'm going to talk about. Although I do have a relationship and a friendship with some of the owners of some of the companies that I'm going to talk about, that is not the motivator in sharing this. I actually did a video last year, and at that point I knew none of these people. I didn't have a popular YouTube channel a year ago. This is really me being motivated as a consumer that appreciates a good review, just trying to help you guys out in knowing the places that I've had positive experiences with. These are sincerely the places that I get my seeds, and most of what grows in my garden comes from seeds from these places. I am going to include some links down below to all of the places that I mentioned today. They're not affiliate links. I'm not getting any sort of commission. This is truly just a review video from one consumer to another. Now I'm gonna try to do something a little different today, and telling you about these things, showing you their packaging, and telling you about kind of how they do things, some perks, and also giving you a look at their website. Now, I love seed catalogs. It's just like one of my favorite things in the world through the cold months of the winter, to curl up with a seed catalog. But for most of us, you know, in 2018, 2019, we're going to be purchasing our seeds on the internet. Now, my first suggestion is long-standing. My first suggestion of where to go buy heirloom seeds. In my last video, they were my first suggestions, where I've sent people first for years. I've been purchasing from them for years. However, for the sake of full disclosure, I do have a relationship with this company now. I did not the last time that I covered this topic. They didn't know me from Adam at that point, but now Baker Creek Heirloom Seeds has flown me to California to speak at their expo. I'll be speaking at their planting festival in May of this year. And truly, my experience with them, getting to know this company and the people who run it on a personal level, has only exemplified my confidence in sending people to them. Just really quickly, just to tell you a little bit of a personal story so you understand the heart behind Baker Creek. My mother-in-law passed away about 6 weeks ago. It was really devastating, really unexpected. And this company and the people who run it sat down, and they were going to send me flowers, and instead they sent an employee who I have become friends with, and paid for her to drive down from Missouri to Arkansas. She spent 8 hours in the car round trip to bring me flowers that they had cut from their garden, just to show me that I was valued and appreciated by them. And I mean, truly, that to me showed the character and the heart behind the people who run this. So I'm sincerely going to tell you 7 different seed companies today. Truly, my heart is for the real food movement. My heart is for gardeners all over to be growing heirloom vegetables in their gardens, to continue telling heirloom stories. You know, I hope you will go buy from all of these companies and support all of these people who are furthering the heirloom movement and the real food movement. So Baker Creek is rareseeds.com, one of the largest seed companies in the world. They specialize largely in heirlooms and obviously, open pollinated varieties. They've got a beautiful catalog, a full color free catalog that is one of the prettiest ones that you can get. And they actually also have like a whole seed catalog that's even larger that you can pay for. Their website is really easy to navigate. As far as, just coming to buy your seeds for your garden, things are separated up: vegetables, herbs, flowers, and they have all different kinds. Their selection is wonderful. One of my favorite things about Baker Creek's website is that whenever you go through, and here I'm looking at tomatoes, whenever you go through here and you see the different varieties, when you click on them, you can actually read reviews down here. Now, this is something that Baker Creek's website offers that I haven't found anywhere else, and I absolutely love this. This has been a resource for me for years. I've gone to this, and basically there are reviews under all of these different varieties from many different gardeners, and they will tell you positive or negative reviews about that variety of fruit or vegetable. A lot of times it shows where they're growing, and they'll tell you what worked for them, tips and tricks. I have learned so much by reading the reviews on Baker Creek's website. Their packaging is very nice. It's brightly colored, pretty pictures. The backs of their packages do have some information, though not just a ton. Usually it has just a little blurb about the history of that heirloom and then just a little bit of growing instructions. Sometimes it's kind of generic. I actually have learned a lot more about how to grow different varieties by reading the reviews on the website versus the back of the seed package. Their packages range between like $2 and $5 each on average, and they have really low shipping. It's like $3 or something. And one thing that they do that's really neat is that there are like tiers. If you spend 20 something dollars, I don't know the exact numbers, but you get a free seed packet. If you spend 40, you get 2, whatever. I don't know the exact numbers, but basically the more you spend, the more free seeds that you get. And their seeds are they're great quality, high germination. They don't sell it if it's not good germination. They test it, and they will not sell it if the germination is not there. And you always get what you pay for. That's the first place I check. However, I do shop at other seed companies because sometimes there are varieties that they don't have. If they have it, they're my first go-to. But I do love supporting other companies because I just feel like that it's important. So the second company that I want to talk to you about is a fellow YouTuber, M.I. Gardener. Now, Luke and M.I. Gardener has been providing content here on YouTube for quite a while now, and he has opened a storefront in Michigan and has an online store where you can purchase his seeds. Now, he sells all heirloom seeds, and one of the awesome things about M.I. Gardener is that all of his seed packets are 99 cents each. He even puts them on sale at the end of the season, but 99 cents full price, you can't beat that. He has lots of different varieties. He does not have the variety of like Baker Creek. He's a smaller operation, but I have now grown multiple varieties from Luke, and I've had good experiences with them. Several of the things growing in my garden right now are from his seeds. So let's look here at Luke's website. As you can see, he sells other things like soil amendments, merch, t-shirts and that sort of thing, fertilizers. But here where you can go look at seeds, he has all different kinds of vegetables, herbs, flowers. You can get little collections. I have purchased several tomato seeds from Luke. I've purchased several of my fall things. he's coming out with his new seeds here in just a couple of days, but like I said, all of them are 99 cents, and he has quite a nice variety. His packaging is pretty basic, just like paper envelopes. A little bit of information on the back, not just a ton, but a pretty decent information. And I think that it's really awesome to support real people. I have met Luke and his wife Cindy in person, had in-depth conversations with them. They're really precious people. And so this is a company that's a real person, a family-run company, and I think that they're doing a really good thing for furthering the knowledge of how to garden and grow real food, and 99 cents a pack. So definitely a great one to check out if you're on a budget and you want to try some different things. And it's also really cool because if you watch his channel very much, he sells the seeds for a lot of the things that he grows. So you can see kind of some reviews of those and him growing them, and then purchase the seeds on his website. My third company that I want to talk to you about is Hudson Valley Seed Company. Now, I actually got to meet the owner of this company whenever I was at the Seed Expo for Baker Creek, and was so impressed with his passion for heirlooms and his passion for the stories behind them. This is a real gardener that has spent a lot of time actually growing these things and developing like a relationship with each of these varieties. He knows them. He'll talk about them, just lights up, and I just absolutely love that. The thing that stood out to me just immediately about Hudson Valley was the art on their packaging. Now, this is just a few Hudson Valley seed packs. And as you can see, they're just absolutely beautiful. This is the back, and it shows that variety on back, but then this painting or picture on the front. And what the owners of this company actually do is they commission original artists to create the art for these seed packages. And how they do that is they will tell the story of the heirloom to the artist and then have them create a piece of art that tells that story, which is so romantically extra, and I absolutely love that. Their seeds are all certified organic, heirloom. They're very passionate about it. They're in upstate New York. And the way these packages work is you just open them. Inside, there's actually a separate little pack that still has, you know, more information on it, and then you get to keep this, and inside of it tells the story, which I think that is very, very cool. I actually have grown some of their seeds. I didn't get them from them. I got them from somebody else, and they grew great. I grew some sunflowers this year and some basil that came from them, and then I got to meet them in California. Their website is really beautiful. Their catalog is really beautiful. It's also very artistic. They have a lot of different varieties. Like here, let's look at the art pack. So you can see these different ones. Now these are all about $4 each, so they cost just a tiny bit more than some of these other places. As you can see here, it says 25 seeds. I would say that you probably get a little bit more than that in each pack. Their catalog online is easy to navigate. They do run sales. I have seen them run multiple sales, and I have clearance at the end of the year. I like them. Again, I like supporting real people. There's real people behind this company, and so I feel good about their seeds. Okay, so now we're gonna get into a few companies that I like, I've had very positive experiences with, but I do not know the people who run them personally. I covered those three first because those are typically going to be my number one go-tos because I know them personally. And I enjoy supporting family-owned businesses or small businesses, and some of these others may be that also. I don't know much about who they are as people behind the seed company. I do feel confident in their product though, so I feel confident in sharing them with you. The next one is a company called Botanical Interests. I would say Botanical Interests, now their art is very different than Hudson Valley's. Hudson Valley's kind of takes the cake on beautiful seed packs, to be sure. I think I want to decorate my Christmas tree with those seed packs. But Botanical Interests does have really beautiful seed packs as well. They have beautiful artwork on theirs of the variety, and they take the cake on the information that they give you. And not only is the back of the seed packet covered in information, when you open their seed packets and unfold them, the inside is completely covered with printed information about that variety. I really appreciate that. I like to have more information and growing instructions, so that's something that really stands out about this company to me. Now, their website is also just really beautiful. It's really easy to navigate. They have a lot of different things. Their varieties are pretty extensive. They separate things out between like heirlooms and organic. You can look at vegetable categories. They do sell some varieties on their website that are not heirloom, but from what I understand, they're all open pollinated hybrids, if they are hybrids. So they are sustainable seed. They do a lot of different mix packs, like you can buy a pack that has multiple different colors of tomato in it. I really like Botanical Interests for flowers. I've found varieties of flowers here that I haven't found anywhere else. They have decent shipping, good sales. I have never had a problem with ordering online. They come in a really pretty box. I think it's a good company. I've never had a bad experience with them. Their seeds have always grown really well for me, and I've caught them on sales a lot of times and gotten packs for close to $1 each. Their normal prices are like between $1.50 and $3.50. Another thing that they offer that I really like is they offer really large packs of certain things like salad greens or things you're going to really broadcast a lot of, and it's like $3.79 for a really large pack of seeds, and I really appreciate that. The next company I want to talk about is called Trade Winds Fruit. This is a small owned company. I have had, minimal conversation with the owners through emails, just asking questions. However, I've never had any issues that I would need any extensive customer service with, and I don't know them personally. However, I really like their seed collection. I really like what they offer. They have a lot of rare stuff that I haven't found anywhere else. Multiple varieties of tomatoes that I found here that I've never seen before anywhere else, and I think that's really cool. They have good deals. Their packaging, they'll have some that have like a picture of the variety on it, but a lot of them are this just real base, no picture. It's just the variety printed on the front. A little bit of information on the back, not very much planting information, but they have pretty good prices. And the thing that I will tell you that just stands out with them above anything else and why I keep going back is they just have stuff that I've never found anywhere else. Right here is a walking stick kale, and I didn't find the seeds at any of the other companies that I regularly frequent. I got those there. I've ordered from them probably about 3 times, and like this walking stick kale, I harvested some of this out of my garden this morning for breakfast. It's been growing great. I've had multiple things that are successfully growing right now, so I do feel confident in sending you guys to Trade Winds Fruit. Trade Winds Fruit's website here, we'll take a quick look at it. It's very easy to navigate. They have sales. I've gotten some really great seeds for, $1.50 for just more basic varieties, but still, I mean, like if you're looking for some cheap seeds, that's a pretty cool place to check out. They have good herbs. Now, one of the things that Trade Winds Fruit has that is honestly completely outside of my realm of knowledge is they have very rare fruits. A lot of which I've heard don't grow well from seed, but like crazy stuff that I don't know, who's buying these seeds, but it is interesting. I've looked through them before, but I don't know. It might interest some of you. The last 2 companies are not my first choices, but just because I love these other companies, I'm telling you kind of in the order that which I go to these places and why I go to them. There's Seeds Now. I like Seeds Now, and I send people to Seeds Now who say that they don't want to spend a whole lot of money, because Seeds Now, like In My Gardener, does 99-cent seed packs. Now, their seed packs are a little different than Luke's. In My Gardener, they're more normal size seed packs, but you're getting them for 99 cents. So you're getting kind of a more normal sized amount. At Seeds Now, you get, for 99 cents, you get about 15 seeds. So it's these little bitty packages. I actually love that they come in plastic bags. I think that's a really beneficial thing. They have 0 information on them, just 1 label, tiny picture. They do test their germination. I've had great success with their seeds. They've always grown well for me, and they've always grown exactly what they said. They do have really good sales, and sometimes they'll put like all squash on sale for 50% off, and so you can get these packs for 50 cents each. I understand for some people they might only want a few seeds of each variety because they're just going to plant their garden with it. seeds do last a lot longer than a lot of people think. I've been planting out of some seed packs that I've had for 5 years, and I just take a few seeds out each season and plant them, and they're still fine. The germination degrades over time, but they're still usable. But if you don't do a lot of trading, or if you don't start a lot of extra plants, or if you have a really small garden and you just want to keep it really simple, Seeds Now is a good one to go to, and just spend a little bit. They have a pretty good selection. They have really cheap shipping. They have good customer service. They're really sweet. The conversations I've had with them are really good. Even though I don't know them on a personal level, I've never had any issues whatsoever. So Seeds Now is a good company to order from. Their website is honestly just a touch overwhelming to me. There's just a lot going on, but they do have a lot of things. Sometimes they don't have a ton of varieties of something. For instance, they don't have, you know, the hundreds of tomatoes that you're going to find at Baker Creek, or the incredibly rare stuff that you're going to find at Tradewinds Fruit. However, they do have quite a few to choose from. Some of their seed packets are $1.99, but many of them are 99 cents. And the last company that I want to talk to you about, I'm actually not going to pull up their website. I have never ordered from them online, so I cannot attest to that at all. However, I did want to include them because this is one of the only places that I can find a nice variety of heirloom seeds locally. And that is Seeds of Change. And these are available at Tractor Supply. I know that they carry them. I believe Home Depot and Lowe's do. And the thing that I love about this, I wish all seed companies would honestly get with the program on these packages. I love their packages because they're like this Mylar, waterproof, zipper top. This is awesome. Because if anybody has ever stood in the garden fumbling with a muddy seed pack and dirty hands trying to get seeds out, and knowing that you're wanting to save the rest of this pack of seeds, you know what I'm talking about. So these packages are my favorite. But they don't have like a crazy selection. Their seed packages are usually in the like $2.79 range at those places, and they're USDA organic. You know, you might only have like 5 different tomatoes to choose from, but it's a good option if you're looking to purchase locally, if you're one of those people that likes to put your hands on something and buy it in person instead of ordering online. I would suggest that if you're going to go to these box stores and buy your seeds for your garden, that Seeds of Change is a good company to go with. When I've looked into like what their company stands for, and you know, sometimes when you buy from these other names, they've been purchased, like some of these big companies that provide a lot of the nursery starts for big box stores, that provide a lot of the seeds in the big box stores. Those companies are affiliated with some of the big commercial seed companies that are dealing in a lot of GMOs and that sort of thing. Now, you're not buying GMOs if you're buying garden seeds from a store, because GMOs actually aren't available to the home gardener. However, if you're buying from a company that is promoting GMOs on the higher levels, you're kind of, you know, sowing into that. And that's not typically what we want to do whenever we're looking for heirloom seeds. So if you have to go to a local store and you're looking for something, you know, you're sowing your garden and you're just like, I want to go get this right now, I do suggest Seeds of Change as a local option. All of these companies I feel really confident in sending you to. If you bent my arm back and told me to say one, you know, if this is just information overload and you're like, tell me one company, where do I go buy my seeds? Yes, I'm going to tell you Baker Creek. That's been my first choice for years now, and that is where I go first personally, and I have for a long time. So I do feel confident in saying that is my first choice, but I feel like you can't really go wrong with any of these. I feel like you're going to be happy with what you get. You're going to be happy with the customer service. You're going to be happy with what grows in your garden. Go order the seed catalogs from these companies, even if you know you're going to order online. Order the seed catalogs, go through them, dream, plan your garden. I know that you're going to have just an incredible time in the world of heirlooms. It's an incredible, beautiful thing to partner with telling the stories of these plants that would otherwise be lost. So it's important. Thank you guys. I bless you. Until next time.